Vande Mataram, Sukadam Varadam Mataram. Shri Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay, through this national song, pays rich tribute to our motherland, India, which translates as, Mother, I bow to thee. Mother of might, Mother free. On the occasion of the 69th Independence Day of India, I extend my hearty greetings to respected Principal Mrs. Victoria D'Souza, Vice Principal Mr. Antonio Alvarez, NSS Program Officers, my colleagues, and my dear students. Touch the ground, feel the freedom. There is nothing better than being free. Today is a good time to remember who we are and how we got here. The edifice of modern India is built on the foundation of sacrifice and hard work of our martyrs of freedom. Today, let us pay homage to the great Indians who, through their extraordinary courage and patriotism, fought the oppressive forces. And finally, after being under the siege of the British for centuries, 15th of August 1947, India achieved its independence. Independence was a joyful event, but an independent India in 1947 was bequeathed a shattered economy with widespread illiteracy and shocking poverty. It was not easy to rebuild India as a nation, but through the collective efforts of our leaders and the people of India, the socio-economic status of India improved and grew in leaps and bounds. I would like to highlight a few unique achievements of India. From an oppressed nation to the largest democracy in the world, India has emerged as a strong force that the world looks up to. We have the largest number of elected persons in the world through our unique Panchayati Raj system, with the largest number of elected women compared to the rest of the world. India is among a handful of countries with the fundamental right to information. Having learnt our lessons from history, India is one among the top 4 military powers in the world and has one of the most sophisticated missile programs. Ours is the second largest military in terms of size. Our heroes from the armed forces protect our country with their lives during invasions post-independence. My memory goes back to my days as an NCC cadet. I had the opportunity to meet and listen to the heroic war stories of some of our war heroes from the armed forces. It left me in awe and full of respect for them. India has developed nuclear technology indigenously under world boycott. And today, we are the lowest cost producers of nuclear energy and the only country in the world to develop thorium-based nuclear power, which is less harmful and with less carbon emissions. India is one of the only 5 nations in the world to launch a nuclear submarine. India has been able to develop one of the most ambitious space programs in the world. Our mission Mars, Mangalyaan, and mission Moon, Chandrayaan, are one of the most successful among other countries. We are one of the only 5 nations to send an unmanned mission to the moon. Today, the world looks to India for launching their satellites, for we have the lowest cost launching vehicles of the PSLV series. This is no ordinary achievement, my dear students. I want you all to applaud ISRO, the Indian Space Research Organization, for such an achievement. From a time of severe drought in 1965 and 66, receiving food aid from other countries, today, India is the largest producer of wheat, rice, sugarcane, potatoes, tea, fresh fruits, milk, pulses, oil seeds, and cotton. This is possible due to the successful Green Revolution. Life expectancy in 1947 was a mere 32 years. Today, the average life expectancy of the Indian is 68 years. We have successfully eradicated epidemics, and I'm proud to say that India today is polio-free. Pulling itself out from widespread illiteracy, India has managed to bring education at par with global standards. The Parliament, through its 86th Amendment to the Constitution of India 2002, made education free and compulsory up to the age of 14 years for all children. Today, 38% doctors in the USA are Indians, 36% scientists at NASA are Indians, 34% at IBM and 17% at Intel are Indians. CEO of Microsoft is Mr. Satya Nadella, CEO HCL Shiv Nadar, CEO Google Sundar Pichai, all Indians. Creator of Pentium chips and Hotmail are also Indians. So Albert Einstein once said, "We owe a lot to the Indians who taught us how to count, without which no worthwhile scientific discovery could have been made." You may also be interested to know that India is the lowest cost producer of steel, aluminium and fertilizer. The lowest cost car is made in India, the Nano. The lowest cost high quality eye surgery is available in India. World's largest number of movies are produced in India. Be proud, my fellow Indians, of all these achievements we have achieved post-independence. What I have mentioned is only the tip of the iceberg. The achievement list could be endless. But if we just cannot dwell in the achievements of the past, what about the future? In spite of all our achievements, India today is facing erosion of moral values. We seem to have lost direction, and a lot of problems that we are facing take the luster of the shining achievements of India. 32% of our population is still under poverty line. There is widespread inequality. The rich keep getting richer, the poor poorer. This happens because of the mindset that is win-lose and not win-win. India spends only 4% of GDP on healthcare facilities and thus makes the universal and affordable healthcare facilities a distant dream for the common man. According to International Labour Organization, the unemployment has shown a rising trend in the last few years and is still expected to increase to around 4% in 2015 from 3.5% in 2011. With regards to the population of our country, it is a general belief that India's population is increasing. This is not true. But the truth is, population explosion in India is a myth created by the West. The fact is, according to the population census of 2011, the current population growth is 1.4% as compared to 3% 5 years ago. This clearly indicates that the population of India is decreasing, not increasing. The culture of death has set in. Female feticide, infanticide, has skewed the sex ratio in favor of the males, 940 females to 1,000 males. This leads to so many crimes. Today, we are entangled in a web of corruption. India is ranked 95th out of 182 countries in Corruption Perception Index 2011. Some of the biggest scandals emerged in the last decade, which have seen involvement of state and cabinet ministers. Even judicial corruption is rampant in India. Who is responsible for this sorry state of affairs? Definitely not you, my dear students. The nation is going to be handed over to you in this present state. We are the people of the 21st century, intelligent and forward-looking. The situations of corruption, illiteracy, unemployment, poverty and lack of opportunity are not acceptable to us. But the thought that nothing can be done about it won't yield any results and is the biggest hurdle in achieving our aims. This negative thinking prevents us from taking important steps which will take us to the solution. First and foremost, educate yourselves well. Make yourselves capable, competitive, and enterprising. Learn about the past so that you can make your future bright. India is a democracy and the game of politics that is being played is horrendous. We hate politics, don't we? It's a dirty game, we all say. It's not our cup of tea. Remember, we have the power to run the system. Politics is a means to service. Think of getting into the Indian administrative services. We need good people to run the system. I call upon you today, get into the system to clean the system. If you dirty your hands today, you will spare your children from playing in the sludge tomorrow. Independence was possible due to the collective efforts of all Indians. So also today, if we want to indeed be free, it has to be a collective effort. Not religion, language, caste, customs or traditions, but only patriotism can form unity and save the freedom of our nation. To conclude, in the words of Mark Twain, India is the cradle of human race, the birthplace of human speech, the mother of history, the grandmother of legend, and the great-grandmother of tradition. Together, let us restore the lost glory of India. Let us pledge to keep faith in secularism, no compromise with patriotism, no tolerance to corruption. Let us rebuild India of our dreams. Sujalam Sufalam Malayacha Shitalam Vande Mataram.